So I know it's a common question and can sometimes be a mystery to certain people why it might be important to cool down for 3 to 5 minutes after a workout and why this is essential for your recovery day to day. So what it comes down to is really communicating with your brain and your nervous system specifically. Because, when specific to a workout, a workout is a stressor, and it's a very applied, it's a very controlled, specific stressor. We all have a lot of stresses in our life, and whether that's stress from work, a deadline, whether that's stress from a relationship, whether that's stress from your alarm waking up at 4 a.m., whether that's stress from a sport, right, a high stress situation. Even if it's a good stressor like that, that's not necessarily a bad stressor, or a good stressor like a workout. These stressors are all seen and filtered by the body and the brain and the nervous system the same way. Just this stress. It doesn't say I want 25% of my stress today to go to my workout. I'll leave the other 70 to my job and 5% for when I hang out with the friends. Like that. That's not how it's dissected. It's just taking in stress and dealing with it in its entirety. And so, in our day and age that we live in right now, we're always in this high stress situation. We're always in this high stress environment where everything's fast paced. Our attention is very focused, usually on a device like this, or at a computer screen. And, we're jumping from one thing to the next with very little time and very little encouragement to relax and tap into what's called the parasympathetic nervous system, which is our rest and digest system, which really allows us to recover very well, put simply, versus our fight or flight state, which is our sympathetic nervous system, which is what most of us live in day by day. And this isn't all bad and all good, but when the balance is off kilter, there can be a big price to pay. And so when it comes to a workout, try not to speak generally to a workout, why we might cool down at the end of a workout for even just 3 to 5 minutes. A workout is a stressor. So, let's say you're walking in, you get warmed up, the purpose we want to tap into that further, deeper into that fight or flight state is because it increases our blood flow, specifically to the working muscles. Takes that away from, takes the blood flow away from other things like digestion that we don't want to be doing when we're in a fight or flight situation. It constricts our increases blood pressure for that same reason. We get more focused, our eyesight becomes more attentive, and we also increase our heart rate. All these things are oxygen exchange, like all these things increase, which further assist this, hey, I got to be really high alert here. And this increases our performance in the gym or increases our performance on the field. It's a good stressor for the situation. But if we fail to leave that state after a workout, it can have significant drawbacks, which would be reducing recovery from workout to workout, from day to day. It can heavily impact other things in your life, such as trying to focus when you're doing work, trying to focus possibly at school, trying to focus, when you're trying to have time with your family. Because, again, another factor of tapping into the fight or flight state is the adrenal glands and how those secrete adrenaline or norepinephrine, and how that, we all know what the adrenaline rush is like. There's that impact of it in a good workout, a high stress workout that is, where we're looking for a real adaptation, where that's happening, and that has to stop. The adrenals have to turn off. They have to stop secreting that, and either we're going to let that happen on its own, out of our control, which could happen right in the middle of you doing work, right in the middle of you hanging out with your family, right in the middle of you trying to go to sleep. It's going to happen, and that usually comes in the form of like some sort of crash. And, a lot of people might not understand the impact that has on their day and their energy level and even their recovery from day to day, specifically to workouts. If you're trying to work out every day that could become a problem. So the workout takes you out of this fight or flight state. It sends the signal to the body that you're safe, which to the brain is its number one priority, is safety. So if we can let our brain know that we're safe, that we don't need this fight or flight response, it'll start changing our physiological state. You'll feel relaxed. You'll feel calm. Your blood vessels will expand. Your blood pressure will decrease. Your eyes will expand into the peripheral vision, giving you a greater sense of calm and relaxation, and among many other things. Blood flow goes back to your organs and it helps with digestion, right? So all these things are beneficial to the overall recovery of our nervous system and our physiological state. And this, in the end, speaking specifically to working out, is essential to being able to have the fuel and to be reducing stress, the accumulation of stress from day to day, day after day after day, month after month after month. You know, these things being unaddressed can often lead to really poor outcomes. So, you know, that's why we spend 3 to 5 minutes at the end of a workout, ideally with dim lights. You can use like really good music, right? Calm music, and eyes closed, just chilling, doing something real calm. A lot of times it's just laying on the floor, taking a nap. And so that's what we do. We finish our workouts with about 3 to 5 minutes of laying on the ground, doing absolutely nothing. And without you really even noticing it or realizing it, this is what's happening within your body, within your brain, within your nervous system, within your entire being. You're switching gears just by laying there, just by minding your business, just by closing your eyes, just by doing nothing. And so it's essential that those minutes are taken to everyone's advantage. So I know a lot of people that have a lot of issues being still, a lot of issues, just kind of not getting carried away from urges of following thoughts, or an urge to move their fingers or to wiggle their feet or to scratch their nose. All that stuff kind of keeps you locked into that fight or flight. It keeps you locked into the current state because, your attention is on, it's getting taken away. Your attention is getting taken away, which, like I alluded to, it's kind of the world we're living in right now. And so we have to be aware of these things and the role that it plays in our overall health and our wellness and our recovery and our performance. And so just wanted to speak to that point and hear from you guys what your guys' thoughts are on this. You might be surprised from whatever I just shared, or you might have known beforehand, and this is just a good reminder. But we can't really afford to not know about this and be left uneducated on something as simple as the 3 to 5 minutes that you have planned at the end of your workout. And for those of you guys listening to this that do work with me, you guys do know that I put a lot of emphasis on those 3 to 5 minutes and really help talk you down into a calm state and help talk you into a place where you can relax and ultimately tap into that well of recovery and wellness. So again, I want to hear from you guys. Let me know what you think. Hope this was helpful. Catch you next time.